On this channel in December, I told my subscribers that I don't like what is happening in the country that has the great racist wall. I told them it doesn't just sit well with me, so it would be good if people prepared themselves. Now, I'm not thinking the apocalypse is coming, so you don't have to just get a full hazmat suit and an oxygen tank in your back, but certain essential shopping should be done because there might be shortages later on. Just have some hand sanitizer, make sure you stock up on a little bit of soap, have some paracetamol in your house if your country allows you to get it over the counter, and make sure you take some vitamin D because winter is coming. And now I got a lot of people thanking me for it, saying that, yeah, if it wasn't for you and Styx Hexenhammer, we wouldn't have bought these things and it would have been a shortage now. And I'm going to give you another announcement now, another piece of advice, which hopefully in the future some of you might be thankful that I am giving. Now, as you well know, a lot of people are now told to sit in their houses. And because they're sitting in homes, they can't go to work. So some governments, unlike mine, are trying to help the people cope through this difficult time. Whether it is like the United States just flat out offering some cash, or other countries, I think, I might be wrong here, but I think in Britain, landowners cannot evict their tenants during these couple of months. And I have some messages for these individuals because I got a subscriber of mine who said, yeah, I'm going to use the Trump box in order to buy an Xbox. I urge you against that. What I do urge you to do is to pay your taxes. If you have a loan at the bank, for example, I know in some countries the banks are delaying the debts. So they're saying, we're not going to collect debt during this month or the next, or as long as this thing is going to remain. Now, I ask you, do you think that when this thing goes away, let's say in 3 months, is the bank going to just consider the third month a normal month and you start your payings then? Or are you going to have to pay all these 3 months at once? Which one do you think your lovely bank is going to go with? Now, I don't know. You don't know either. Wouldn't it be best to just avoid the situation and start paying your debt from now if you can afford it? Because you do not want to have the possibility that the bank can just say, yeah, we're going to charge you for the last 3 months that you didn't have to pay. The same thing can be said for the electrical company and the other utilities. Pay them now. Use the Trump box if you have them in order to pay the utilities, even if you don't have to pay them right now. Because the same thing can be applied for this. They are just like the banks. They will come for you and they will win. You do not want to have massive debt when this shit goes down. If you're a tenant, pay your landlord. Again, there might be certain countries that have a ban on the landlord evicting the tenant. This is possible, but take into account that the tenant, I know that there are these socialist circles that are spinning this rumor around that the landowner is this evil person that goes like, and his entire existence is to make the tenant feel as miserable and as depressed as possible. I know that this ideology exists in certain circles, but I am telling you that some landlords are quite decent people who just want to make a living. My aunt, for example, is a landlord. She has a one-room apartment which she rents for the minimum amount of $250 per month. The reason she does this is because since she got married with my uncle, she moved into his house. So now there is a house that is free, which she keeps it for herself in case that the marriage wouldn't work. And she rents it for other people, $250 a month. Now, in my country, I don't know if there's a ban yet or not, I haven't checked, but let's assume that there is one. My aunt still needs that money because she's not a very wealthy person, so she needs to pay her utilities, pay for her stuff. And if there was a ban, then the more pressure that becomes on her, the more money she will need, and all of a sudden she's going to have to raise that price. So I advise you, if you can, listen to me, like you're going to thank me. Treat your landowner the way you would want to be treated if you were in their position. Because then there is the off chance that they're an asshole and they're going to remain an asshole, but there is also the chance that maybe they're going to be more understanding. They will know that in this time of crisis, you try to still pay your rent, and they will appreciate that. And you might collect those brownie points in the future if you won't be able to pay. So, if you get this government stimulus check, it is to help you pay your bills. It is to help you pay for your utilities. It is to help you pay for your bank. Do not squander it. Do not throw it away, because you might need it. And I'm not saying you might need it next year. You might need it in the next couple of months. And if you get evicted and you have a Gucci purse, because that's what you bought with the stimulus package, that's on you. So take my advice and pay your bills, even if the law says you don't have to right now.